Hi everyone, and thank you so much for watching my channel, The Witty Turtle. And in the last class, we have already completed section 35, right? So by this time, we have a clear idea of how many kinds of deductions are there in Pgbp, right? So today we are going to start with the next section, that is your section 36. And section 36 speaks about some other deductions, right? So now you must be thinking why again another section came as section 36, in which again all the deductions are mentioned, right? So all these deductions, these deductions will be allowed, but by putting another section and by mentioning all these provisions in that section, Income Tax Act has made it very clear, right? So we can simply say that it is focusing more on those deductions so that every doubt can be cleared. So under section 36 subsection 1, the first clause, it says that premium of insurance of stock, right? Premium of insurance of stock in trade, right? For example, we know in every business, if it is a product based business, then obviously the stock in trade is very important, right? So जैसे हर important चीज का हम लोग इंश्योरेंस करते हैं, right? We make insurance for everything which is important to our business. So obviously stock is the most important thing, so we have to do insurance for the stock in trade. So whatever premium you are paying, for your stock in trade, for the insurance of your stock in trade, that amount will be allowed as a deduction, right? So it says that paid amount of premium paid in respect of insurance against risk of damage or destruction of stocks used for the purpose of business or profession, right? So it says that whatever amount of premium you have paid, right, you have paid in respect of insurance for the risk or risk of damage or destruction, आपका स्टॉक इन ट्रेड खराब ना हो, डैमेज ना हो, और उसको कोई डिस्ट्रॉय ना करे. फॉर दैट रीजन, इफ यू आर making any insurance and you are paying a certain amount of premium for that, then that amount of premium will be allowed under section 36 subsection 1 clause I, right? So it says that. Now here again you must be thinking, in this section what is the meaning of paid? So here paid means whether it is accrual basis or actually paid, depending upon the method of accounting followed in that particular business, right? Now here another thing is mentioned, that premium paid under key man insurance policy, right? Key man insurance policy, in the very first class I have told you that in case of Reliance, if they are making the insurance for Mukesh Ambani, then that is your key man insurance policy, insurance made for the head person or the key person of that business. That is your key man insurance policy. For that, if you are paying any amount of premium, then again that is allowed, but not in section 36. That is allowed under your section 37, right? Now coming to the next section, which is your section 36 subsection 1 clause IB. So this section says that premium for insurance on health of employees is allowed or not. So the answer is yes, it is allowed, but here are certain conditions. So the first condition says that the amount of any premium which is paid by the SSE or paid by the business owner or paid by the employer, it must be paid by any other mode other than cash, right? So what all can be other modes other than cash? It can either be paid by credit card or by your check or by any electronic mode. If it is paid by credit card, check, electronic mode, or any other mode other than cash, then it is allowed. But if paid by direct cash, it is not allowed. Understood? Now the next condition is that uh, it must be an insurance on the health of the employees, um, and it must be under a scheme which is framed by IRDA, which is approved by IRDA, and it must be framed by GICE, that is your General Insurance Corporation of India, right? It is by your central government. So there must be how many conditions? The first condition says that the amount of premium must be paid by the SSE or the business owner or the employer. The second point says that it must be for the health of the employees of the business. And the third point says that the amount of any premium is paid by any other mode other than cash. Any mode other than cash, right? Now the fourth point says what? It says that it must be under a scheme which is framed by GIC, that is your General Insurance Corporation of India. And lastly says that it must be approved by IRDA, that is your Insurance Regulatory and Development Authorities, right? Five conditions are there. If all these five conditions are satisfied, then yes, the premium for insurance on health of employees will be allowed as a deduction under section 36 subsection 1 clause IB, right? Coming to the next section, which is your section 36 subsection 1 and clause 2, it says that bonus or commission paid to employees, whether that is allowed or not. So the answer is yes. Any sum paid to an employee as a part of the bonus or as a part of the commission for whatever services the employee has rendered, so in that case it is allowed. Now many students have this doubt that in intermediate we have studied that in case of your payment of bonus act 1965, there is a limit of 8.33% of the salary, right? So 8.33% is not applicable here. Like, it means that there is no restriction on the amount of bonus, right? Whatever may be the amount of bonus you can give to your employee, and you can claim a deduction under this section for that, right? Now here another thing is that in this bonus and commission wala section, it says that the deduction can be claimed if it is paid as a bonus only. If you are converting the amount of profit, if you are क्या बोलते हैं उसको, if you are directing the amount of profit and paying it to the employee via a bonus. For example, you are supposed to pay 30,000 to the employee as dividend. The employee has shares of the company, and you are paying 30,000 to the you're supposed to pay 30,000 to the employee as dividend, right? But instead of paying the dividend, you are paying the bonus to the employee, rupees 30,000. So in that case deduction is not allowed. Bonus alag hai profit का हिस्सा, या फिर dividend is different, right? Bonus is different, dividend is different. If bonus is paid in place of the profit, then that is not allowed under this section, right? Now another thing here is mentioned is that according to section 43B, it is allowed as deduction only if it is actually paid up to the date of return filed, right? Up to the date of return filed, if it is actually paid to the employees. You know what generally happens in many cases, the entry is passed as the bonus is paid, but actually the bonuses are not paid to the employees. So it says that before the date of return filed, or up to the date of return filed, if it is not actually paid to the employees, then you cannot claim deduction under this section. And this particular provision is mentioned in section 43B, right? Section 43B says what? It says that it is allowed as deduction only if it is actually paid up to the date of return filed, right? So bonus and commission कौन सा section था? 36 1 2, right? Section 36 subsection 1 and clause 2. Now coming to the next section, that is a section 36 subsection 1 and clause 3. So this particular section speaks about interest on borrowed capital is allowed or not, right? So the answer is yes, it is allowed, but there are a few exceptions, right? So before starting this particular section, I would like you guys to take to explanation number 8 of actual cost, right? Actual cost कौन से section में था? It was there in section 43 clause 43 subsection 1, right? So in the explanation number 8, it said about what? It was saying that when you are purchasing an asset by taking a loan, or if you are purchasing an asset with borrowed capital, then in that case whatever interest amount you have to pay on that loan or borrowed capital, so from the date where you are taking the loan till the asset was first put to use, right? Between that period, the interest paid on that borrowed capital will be capitalized, right? For example, you took a loan on this particular date, and this is the date where you put that asset into use for the very first time. So between this particular period, whatever amount of interest you are paying, that interest amount will be capitalized, right? वो आपके PNL में नहीं आएगा, that will not form a part as expense in your PNL, right? That will be capitalized. But when it comes to your the interest after the date of put to use, the interest amount paid after it was put to use, right? Loan taken, first put to use. So in this period, the interest amount will be allowed as deduction in your PNL, right? It will be allowed as deduction in your PNL. So the next point says the very same thing. Any amount of interest paid in respect of capital borrowed for acquisition of an asset for any period beginning from the date on which the capital was borrowed for acquisition till the date on which such asset was first put to use, right? Borrowed the capital on this date, first put to use on this date. So between this particular period, it will not be allowed as a deduction. Why? Because it is being capitalized, right? But in this period, it will be allowed as a deduction. Now the first point says that interest is allowable even if the capital borrowed is utilized for the purpose of acquiring a capital asset for the purpose of business. Now the next point says that notional interest is not allowed. Whatever interest you have actually paid or accrued is allowed. Notional interest is not allowed. The next point says that if the borrowed money is given to a sister concern, with no interest, with zero interest, then obviously it is not allowed, right? Because no interest is being given to the sister concern, right? For example, I have two branches, right? So if branch A is providing a loan to branch B, right? So obviously the branch B is not going to give any interest according to the conditions. So in that case, it is not allowed. But if branch B is going to pay interest, then that interest will be allowed. Now another thing is mentioned here, the very same 10,000 wala provision. If you are paying an interest amount in cash exceeding 10,000 rupees in a single day to a single person, then it is not allowed, right? We have been studying it since so long. Now, the last point says that interest on loans taken for payment of income tax is again not allowed. Why? Because paying income tax is a personal liability, right? You are paying income tax and again you will claim deduction for that. That is obviously not allowed in your Income Tax Act. This is common sense, right? As income tax itself is not allowed as a deduction, then the loan taken to pay the income tax is obviously not allowable. And uske upar interest, that is obviously not allowed, right? And again in this section also section 43B intervenes, and it says that if the loan is taken from any scheduled bank or any public financial institution, which is your PFIs, or any state financial corporations like SFE, SFCs, or any SIIC. SIIC क्या होता है? State Industrial Investment Corporation. So if the loans are taken from them or any kind of NBFC, then it will be allowable when only if it is actually paid up to the date of return filing. Up to the date of return filing, if it is actually paid, then only it will be allowed as a deduction, right? Okay, so let's do a quick revision of this particular whatever we have studied till now. So the first section was section 33 subsection 1 clause I, which speaks about premium of insurance of stock in trade. In any business, stock is very important. We are obviously ensuring that. So whatever premium you're going to pay for your insurance on stock in trade, that will be allowed as a deduction. Key man insurance policy का जो premium है, that is again allowable as deduction, but under section 37. Now the next point is that section 36 subsection 1 clause IB, it speaks about premium for insurance on health of employees, right? So here, what are the 5 conditions? The first condition is that it must be paid by the SSC or the business owner. Secondly, is it must be for an insurance on health of the employees, right? The third point says that the payment must be made in any form other than cash. And the fourth point says that it must be it must be a scheme which is framed uh, on behalf of GICI, that is your General Insurance Corporation of India, and it must be approved by IRDA, right? The next point says your bonus or commission paid to employees, which is your section 36 subsection 1 clause 2, right? So it says that yes, it is allowed, there is no restriction. And if bonus is paid in place of profit, then it is not allowed. And lastly, it says that here the intervention of section 43B is there. So it says that it is allowed as deduction only if it is actually paid up to the date of return filing. Understood? Now the last section that we studied today is your section 36 subsection 1 clause 3, which speaks about interest on borrowed capital, right? To run a business, to start a business, we take loan, or we call it as borrowed capital. So whatever amount of interest you have to pay on that borrowed capital, that will be allowed. But the interest, but if you are borrowing capital to purchase an asset, then starting from the date you have borrowed the capital till the asset was first put to use, it will not be allowed. Why? Because it is being capitalized. But after this period, but after it is put to use, it is allowed as deduction in your P&L, right? And it says that borrowed money from sister concern at 0% interest is not allowed, and notional interest is again not allowed. 10,000, if the amount of interest is more than 10,000 and it is paid in cash to a single person in a single day, then again it is not allowed. And interest on loan taken to pay income tax is not allowed. And here it says that intervention of section 43B is there, which says that if the loan is taken from any scheduled bank, any PFIs, any NBFC, any SFC, or any SIIC, State Industrial Investment Corporation, then in that case the deduction is allowed only if it is actually paid up to the date of return filing, right? I hope this is clear to you. And very soon we will complete our Pgbp chapter, and I hope you are enjoying this particular Pgbp revision series. And yes, if you find this video helpful, then please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, The Witty Turtle, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that tomorrow you'll be notified when I'll upload a new video. And also don't forget to share this video with your CA and CM final friends.